given us. Now, everyone knows that whatever God gives me, I give it. I try to, my best, just allow the leading of the Lord to just lead me in the direction I need to go in according to what He's compelled me to preach. Now, after we said on a positive, this word hit kind of a little heavy, so I kind of have to shift like this, but it is kind of strong, okay? But I had to get the positive first, and now we're going to go into this message that God has given, and the way that He's given it. And we're living in a time now, I'm going into the message, we're living in a time now where the Spirit of the Lord is compelling and drawing His people to do things in the kingdom. And as He's drawing and compelling His people to do things in the kingdom, what is happening is there's a choice, and it's always been a choice, don't get me wrong, but it's always a choice, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's more so now because we're living in the end time. And when we're living in the end time, that means this. That means God is rushing some things along to try to pull His people along faster, because there's a harvest of souls that is really at a place of being almost tired and worn out. See, for a minute it's like, okay, God, they can be at me, and God's okay. He don't always cover, but God said, a lot of just worn out and tired. They're really ready to come in now. So I got to get my church in place quick, fast, in a hurry, because it's time for me to bring them in, because a lot of them are out there dying. And so God's trying to get His church in place. Brother Curtis talked about it a little earlier, about God trying to get his church in place. And as you get the church to the place of purifying it, then He can get things to a place where we can be compelled to go out and do the work of God according to what He's commissioned us to do. See, the souls are waiting. They're waiting on us. They're waiting on the church. And we understand that means in the whole spectrum, it means the whole setting of the body. We understand many are doing many things. There's many churches and men and women of God doing multiple things. So there's great success in the body. There's great things being accomplished and achieved in the body. Don't get me wrong. But then overall, God's saying, I'm trying to get the body at a certain place. Okay? So, and today what we have to do is we have to, and this is rhetorical, again, this is for us to look within and to determine where we are, or whether we fit this category, or whether it even applies to us at all. So when we deal with this topic, we ought to be honest with ourselves. If we don't hit it, let it be. Bless the Lord, we've got to take some notes, we receive it, we hear it, and then we just be a part of growth. Amen? So now, what God is saying, and I just only give what God tell me to give, and this is what He gave. And the Lord said, as He's commissioned me to give this word, is, this is not me saying this to you now. He's saying, stop lying to yourself. This is God now. Stop lying to yourself. And then shake yourself. And then do the will. Stop lying to yourself. And then shake yourself. And then do the will. Why is God saying this? We need the backdrop, what He placed in my spirit and what's going on with the body. See, in other words, we got preachers, deacons, musicians, which got, the whole category of musician, praise dancers, media department, singles ministry. We have multiple things in ministry in the kingdom that's supposedly operational. And these things are supposed to have what we call physical bodies, people of God, operating and working. And they're supposed to be producing and doing those ministry structures within the local church. So what that means is, that means they're supposed to be individuals that are actually producing in those ministries within the local body. So being that is the case, when that is not being done, and you and I, and you and I, and you. And we begin to say that we are well pertaining to doing God's will. But I'm lying to myself, because I'm not. And see, what God is saying is, stop lying to yourself. You need to shake yourself. You understand what I mean by shake in a minute. You understand what I mean by stop lying. You understand what I mean by in reference to doing the will. See, because in other words, it means that he's saying a lot of his people in the body needs to shake themselves. We'll get into this message. See, Matthew 6, let's turn there. Matthew 6. Okay, and we know this familiar verse. Let's start with verse 31. 6:31. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? What shall we drink? Wherewith shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is evil thereof. 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Well, see, what is happening is this. Seek ye first the kingdom. Now let's deal with this scenario of what that really means. Because we can get analytical and deep into one extreme on this left, and we can get deep and analytical and extreme too much to the right. And we understand seeking first the kingdom is a general basis of being basically in the middle and a balance. So being that that's the case, seeking first the kingdom means this. That means when we seek the Lord and his will. He says seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness. What is his righteousness? His righteousness is not just holy living. We think it's just not sleeping around, cheating, lying. No, we think that's not the only thing that's righteousness. Righteousness is fulfilled through the obedience of his commandments. So when we get to the place of in his righteousness, we understand righteousness is not just our lifestyle and how we live. It's also how we live according to obeying his commands. So if we can obey his command, what did Jesus say? If you love me, those who love me obey my command. So see, we'll get to this thing in a minute. You understand what I'm saying? See, in other words, he says, seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and these things to be added. His righteousness is his command. It is his command. So if you and I, or you and you and you, and any of us do not obey his command, then we're not really walking out the righteousness of God. He says, seek ye the kingdom and his righteousness. See, the righteousness is not just the fact that, see, we say, I'm living a righteousness like this. See, I don't smoke, I don't drink. Oh, I'm faithful to my husband, I'm faithful to my wife. No, but you won't obey God. You just as dedicated to your wife and won't obey God. Just as dedicated to your husband and won't obey God. So watch this. Righteousness is obedience to the command. That's what been given. Watch this. What does Deuteronomy 28 talks about? It talks about love the Lord thy God with all household mind. Obey all these commands, and all these blessings should overtake you, shouldn't they? So we say, seek ye first the kingdom. Watch this now. We're going to get to the balance part. The kingdom is your children, your husband, and your wife, and your family. Watch this now. Watch this balance. But the kingdom is also kingdom and ministry agenda. How do you balance them? When he says seek ye first the kingdom will teach you how to put him first and how to respect and put your family and your life first. That is kingdom. You don't separate family, and you don't separate family from the kingdom, but you don't separate the kingdom from the family. See? And so what a lot of people are doing is they're going to one extreme and fulfilling kingdom on one end, another extreme and fulfilling kingdom on another end, and they've not come to a place where they've not come to a place because they're not understood, where in a lot of cases their family suffer, but in a lot of cases they love their family, but their ministry suffer. Now you know what I've learned? Why we as individuals, when we say seek first the kingdom, we have not learned that the kingdom of God and his righteousness and all these things should be added. See, if we seek God, we don't know how to obey him. Watch this now. That means this here. In my everyday life, I will know what I need to do or not do and when not to. It has nothing to do with the fact that, watch this, it has nothing to do with the helicopter if you use my son. You know. Say if you use my son, how about that? It got nothing to do with the fact that he complained and said, I'll spend time with you. If I did, and God said do this, I'm well, you just being selfish. And I need to know it and have peace when I go do this. The problem with us, we're too moved by emotions based on people. And people know how to pull us based on their attitude and emotion. And we can't discern the difference in knowing what things and where it is. As soon as our kids get mad, as soon as the wife get mad, as soon as the husband get mad, as soon as the cousin complain, as soon as the mama complain, as soon as the dad complain, as soon as the friends say you ain't come around, then we get pulled. See? Oh yeah, we get pulled. Now, why is it that we haven't got into the message yet. Why is it that we can understand the place of being pulled according to fulfilling kingdom based on those things, but we can't understand it according to prayer sessions? We can't understand it or pertaining to being in church on time. We don't really see churches being on. It don't really be on time. It ain't really got no. It just I'm gonna get there. It ain't really all of that. Now, come on. It ain't all of that. I'm gonna get there. See, let my wife say she's gonna leave me. I'll break my neck to make sure I do what I need to do. Let the husband say I'm gonna leave you. I get that woman to break their neck to make sure she do what she need to do. Why is it that we don't break our neck when God said, I'm displeased, my son? I'm displeased, my daughter. I'm displeased, my son. Why don't we break our neck then? See, let me say something to you. Jesus made a statement. He said, in order to be my disciples, you cannot love more. Mother, father, sister, brother, children, family, for myself. Or in other words, he said you have to not love them more. And there's another verse, another translation, he said you have to hate, almost like hate them. And we understand that word does not really mean hate, it means in comparison to. So what does that mean? I will go broke for the children, we'll go broke for the wife, but we won't go broke for God. We won't go broke for God. All you have to do is tell me that little man got rushed to the hospital. What's in their account? Clean it out, please. Boom, he needed it. Nothing wrong with that either. That's a precious thing. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. All you have to hear is your wife fell out on a job somewhere. Listen, y'all can sit with it. Listen, I'm speeding. Put it out and pull me. My wife just fell out. Yeah. 2 boys, this gang Brandon in school. You heard he got a blood. Oh my gosh, no, oh Lord, no, my baby Brandon. Oh Lord Jesus, Brandon. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's just love. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that. We're supposed to do that. Nothing wrong. Nothing. Zero. God actually see that as a pleasing thing. But let me ask you a question. Would we do that for God if God let us know that He was not pleased? Would we run for God if we feel like that God was saying that something in His kingdom was hurting? But seek ye first the kingdom and His righteousness. Oh, well, what are we getting to? See, the shaking, we haven't got to the shaking yet. We haven't got to the line part yet. I'm just giving you, this is just the foundational stuff. We'll get to the shaking and the line in a minute, and then we're going to talk about the will. You're going to understand what I'm really saying to you, or what God is really saying to us. We'll say it that way. Now watch this. That's the first thing, is seeking the kingdom and His righteousness. I'm learning this every day. A lot of people are not really seeking God, seeking the kingdom first. They're not. They're Christians. Don't get me wrong, they're Christians. They are saved. But they're not seeking the kingdom first. See, when you seek the kingdom first, you will see the adjustment in your life according to how you put God first in some things. I mean, my wife don't need me 24/7. She don't need me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need her 24/7. Our kids don't need us 24/7. Our job don't need us 24/7. Watch this now. Our friends don't need us 24/7. So what that means is, when those things in our everyday life that we function with, when they consume so much of our time, then they're really being pulled away from the kingdom. Not backsliding. It's a mode of backsliding. See, we keep thinking backsliding is going back in the world. But you can be backsliding as a Christian in the church. Backsliding. Oh yeah, you can go to church every Sunday, you're backsliding. Backsliding in the sense of your press towards higher forms of God, His presence, and His kingdom. When you're backing up in your spirit, then you're backsliding. That don't mean you're out there smoking and drinking. It means that you're actually in church, but your spirit done backslid to a place where you don't even hardly want God, hardly want praise, or hardly want worship, hardly want the word, hardly want to hear anybody preach to you. Your spirit done backslid. And when that happens, you're in trouble, because you actually become and call a Christian in church. Because now your spirit begin to shut down on and begin to speak against things in the spirit realm. But seek ye first the kingdom. He said, well, why did He say lying? Watch this. What does the word lie mean? To tell a lie. To present false information. To present false information. This is the definition of intention for a lie. Just in case those who want to write it. The definition of the word lie is to present false information with intentions of deceiving. To present false information with the intention of deceiving. To present false information with the intention of deceiving. The second part of that means a false statement deliberately presented as true. A false statement deliberately presented as true. Okay, that's lie. What is a liar? A liar is a person who has lied. A person who has lied or lies repeatedly. A person who has lied or lies repeatedly. And then the third word is the word shake. To remove or dislodge by jerky movements. To remove or dislodge by jerky movements. Three definitions.